looking a bit rough around the edges. It was gorgeous on the way up, but actually where we're going to park, we're not too sure. You don't even need lifting out.
Wouldn't want Womble to feel jealous.
We've come back here. Like I said, it's a bit rough and ready. I think obviously there's a lot of construction going on. It's pre-summer season, so it's probably just not looking its best. But I tell you what makes up for it is how friendly the locals are. Honestly, I don't know whether it's because there's a Spanish holiday tomorrow, but everyone's buzzing. I mean, there's a guy with his family going along with a horse and carriage. A local guy running, he's doing laps around here, and literally every time he comes around, he's like, buenas. But yeah, everyone's super smiley, super friendly, so yeah, can't complain. But we do need to tell you about Bear. He's fine, he's hoping nothing too major, but the story behind it is quite full on. It was quite a full on evening. I feel like I need to sit down and tell you properly. Okay, so we're still at the same mountain village we've been at for the last few days, and I absolutely take back what I said about it being a bit rough and ready. I think it was just unfortunate that the first road that we pulled into was right next to the bins, and someone's dumped all their sofa and furniture, and you know, it was a bit of a mess. But that's all now being cleared up, and now that we've had a walk around the village properly, it is beautiful. And so not only are the locals super friendly, it's very pretty. Yesterday was a national holiday in Spain. The sun was out. There was a great vibe here. Kids are all coming to the door saying hello to the dogs. But then that turned into the biggest storm we've seen for years. Just a huge electrical storm. There wasn't much thunder, but it was just rain and massive like fork lightning just until about 3 a.m. So we're pretty shattered today. I need to update you on Bear because obviously, as you know, he's been to the vets. He's got an issue with his leg. We got there really late at night, and the vet was really friendly, helpful, wanted to do everything he could for us. Obviously, it was a bit difficult with the language barrier. We've got Spanglish, he's got fairly good English. He wanted to do some x-rays because he thought with the examination that he had hip dysplasia. You got the Womble? I mean, every time we want to try and record this, either the dogs want to come and say hello at the door, someone comes to the door, but anyway. So the vet thinks he's got hip dysplasia from the examination he gave, so he thought, right, let's do some x-rays. He then recommended blood tests prior to the x-rays just to make sure that his organs were all good for having anaesthesia. It was a little bit confronting because with the direct and bluntness of the translation to English, although we've signed for similar risk with dogs in the past, it's just hearing those direct words like about dying, and it was just a bit more anxious than normal. But anyway, had the bloods done, they were all good, had the anaesthesia, which I now have a new career in becoming a vet assistant because, as you know, it was late at night, he's on his own, so there I was helping with that procedure, carrying Bear to the x-ray room. I'm suddenly just... Bye, Bear. Bear's just gone. We are trying to carry Bear in and out, but clearly he's just decided for me. He's going for a poo right outside someone else's van.
You got bags?
I was going to get that in one cut as well. Right, where were we? So I became a veterinary nurse, had to help with the anaesthesia, help take the dog to the x-ray room, do the x-rays. I was given an x-ray jacket. Then we had to take Bear out to the waiting room where Tracy and Womble were waiting patiently for us. And bless Womble, being a protective brother. So while Bear's still completely conked out, Womble's like resting his head over him, protecting him. So as he comes round, we're talking to the vet, and basically he can't see anything wrong with the hip, but he can see some issues in the bone on the femur above the knee. So he's at the limit of what he can do there for us. He says that you'd probably need further investigation with facilities he doesn't have. So we've found somewhere south from here, and that's why we're in a bit of limbo now, because obviously we don't want to go too far, because we're going to try and get an appointment at that hospital and go from there. But generally he's still happy within himself. We're trying to make sure that we're carrying him in and out of the van and basically just giving him box rest, and we've got medication for him. And he's still hesitant with that leg, but he's not as bad as it was, so who knows what will happen there. We are out of groceries, out of water, so we need to get some supplies. We're not far from a place called Ronda, which is meant to be a really pretty area, so we're going to head there, resupply, and then find somewhere to camp and hopefully avoid the rain, because it feels like it's already starting now. But on top of everything else, I think I might have an ear infection on the way. So realities of van life travelling with two dogs is the problems you have back home still come with you. Well, to add more chaos to the mix, apparently now Womble also has an upset stomach. So we had to make an emergency landing, and we've taken a bit of a detour. But actually, silver lining is we never would have come this way, and it's really nice. So thanks, Womble. But we're nearly at Rhonda, and we're really fancying a rotisserie chicken, because we know from when we've been in Spain before, rotisserie chickens are everywhere and they're delicious. So hopefully we're going to grab one of those for lunch. So nearly there, unless we have to stop again for Womble.
So just as lovely as the spot was where we just were, it does present its own difficulties, and it's amazing how being able to just open the door, and I know I do go on about having the door open a lot, but it does make life a hell of a lot easier, especially when we are travelling with the dogs. And at the moment, with Bear not really able to walk very much, and Womble, as we all know, with his arthritis, it does just open up their world a little bit more and free ours up. So next spot we're going to be looking for is somewhere with a little bit more space around us, kind of get back into the countryside, which is always what we really do enjoy.
Yeah, so it was a bit of a failed attempt getting the chicken, as it is ridiculously busy in Rhonda. We didn't realise how big of a city it was. Not only that, as we said, yesterday was national holiday, which was a Thursday. Today is a Friday, so no doubt people are probably also taking today off, and it is crazy. We couldn't get close to anything. This is the best we could do. So we managed to go into a Mercadona, which is like a well-known Spanish supermarket, and fortunately, a good idea from Tracy is that they did have chicken in there. So we got our chicken, but we are just ready to get away from everything, because like Tracy says, we were on a parking spot at the last little village, and you literally open a door and straight away was the road, so you couldn't let the dogs out. And after this experience of just chaos, getting squashed in everywhere, tight streets, lots of people, we're just gonna go find something completely on its own. So here we go, look, yet another free air here in Spain, where hopefully we can, come on old girl, hopefully we can get some water. Well, that's the water all done. Always a great feeling when that's filled up, so we can just focus on getting somewhere nice now for the evening, although we do need to find bins. So let's find the bins. I think it might be just down there. But I tell you what, it might be cloudy, but as soon as that sun starts to break through, it is so warm. I mean, it's still a UV of 5, so you always forget how strong it is down here in the south. He's got his shorts on. Let's go. So we're about 3 kilometres away from where we're going to stay this evening, hopefully. And how we normally find our spots is a combination of Park for Night, Wikilocs, or just Google Earth. Today we've gone for the easy route and just using Park for Night, and it's a 4x4 spot. There's only 1 or 2 pictures, but there's no reviews, so we've got nothing to go on whether it's accessible. In this situation, we've got no idea what we're going to find. It could be loads of off-roading, or it could just be 30 metres or a metre of off-road. So it's quite funny when you have no idea what you're going to find. And sometimes you could spend an hour trying to get somewhere and it's a complete waste of time. But we're actually turning off here, and it's already looking a bit ominous. So there you go, look, the road has finished. It's now just this gravelly, rutted path. So we've got no idea. So it says it's 2 kilometres away until the actual location. So we have no idea whether it's going to be easy. I mean, with the weather we've had recently in this area, it could be just completely washed out. So again, it's the unknown of, we could just get around that corner and find out it's no go. We could do 99% of the way there and then find out and have to somehow turn around, because sometimes there's barely any room to swing a cat, let alone turn around a 6.5 metre van. So I think we need to air down and then go find out.
Womble, this isn't the spot for the night, kid. Not yet.
White clouds in the blue. Morning starts anew. Sunrise in my eyes. Gentle morning sky. Daydreams softly gleam. Flowing like a stream. Colors warm and bright. In the morning vision light.
Well, the trail split off into 2 and we took the wrong one. So just had to do a bit of a major detour and find somewhere to turn around. So back up we go.
Gentle southern breeze. Looking through the night. Everything feels right.
Sure you got the right one this time?
We'll find out. It's the only other one.
Finding peace with you. Hold on tight to me in this harmony. In this quiet night. Through the day and night, I'll be right by your side. On the sparkle flight inside. White clouds in the sky.
made it, and what great fun that was, and the views from up here are unreal. You just don't know, as I said earlier, how the tracks will go being off-road. They could be simple like this, or just you spend hours grafting, getting through the track, only to find that you can't reach the destination you're after because it's completely washed away. But luckily today wasn't one of those days, and regardless, you still have fun on them anyway. They're a bit nerve-wracking. Obviously the van is quite heavy, and some of the washed out sections and being close to the edge can definitely send your heart racing a bit, but we thoroughly enjoy it. It's about 700 meters of elevation, so not too high, not a drop of cell phone signal, so Starlink's earning its keep where we are, keeping us connected to the world. Tracy's just sorting the dog's dinner, and I need to give the vet a call because we don't like seeing Bear in pain like this. Obviously we've already been to one vet, but I think we need more of a specialist. They were closed yesterday because of the national holiday, so I'm going to get onto them now. Fingers crossed we get an appointment for him next week, or as soon as possible, and go from there. But we're going to enjoy the sunset and enjoy life off grid.
It's always the best feeling, you know. I think like you kind of get your heart racing a little bit, but when you get to the places like this, you don't get this unless you have that kind of challenge. So I think it feels even more rewarding that you have the challenge and then this incredible result at the end of it.
So that's our dinner cooking, LPG running, air fryer on the go. What a time to be alive. But let us know, is this somewhere where you would like to camp out in the wild?
White clouds in the blue. Morning starts anew. Sunrise in my eyes. Gentle morning sky. White clouds in the blue. Morning starts anew. Sunrise in my eyes. Gentle morning sky.